What's going on, guys? It's Themightydart13 and welcome to my review of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Actually being recorded and put out on a Thursday, internet permitting. And all I can say is I completely forgot the race was on. I'll be frightfully honest, I was sitting or laying on my bed with Steph watching a film, and Mum stuck her head around the door and was like, "You know the F1, the racing's on, right?" I was like, "No." Jim really didn't realise there was a race like it was this weekend, but I did catch the race. I have rewatched the highlights. I will say this now: there was so much to happen. I'm obviously going to miss stuff. These are only the massive things, but the main talking point, of course, race winner Daniel Ricciardo, and your driving second was Valtteri Bottas, and third place, unbelievably, was Lance Stroll. Just on that front, the fact that the drivers, like those three were on the podium, is okay. Maybe you'd expect Bottas obviously being Mercedes, but Ricciardo and Stroll, who's had so much thrown at him recently, to get his first points in Canada and then to go to Azerbaijan, and to be fair, he almost had second. If it hadn't been that the Mercedes had the better thing and literally on a straight drag race, he just got done on the line, which is a real shame, but honestly, well done to Lance for getting his first podium. Now, those of you who didn't watch the race will be watching, will be sitting there thinking, what about Hamilton? What about Vettel? My God. This could be a very long video. Yeah, very much, basically under a safety car, you had, supposedly, and this is from what I've seen, is that the safety car's going in. And obviously the lead car dictates the pace for the rest of the field. So obviously Hamilton slowed down as he's gone into the corner, and Vettel's gone into the back of him, which at the time Vettel said, well, he's brake checked me. But, you know, that happens, it's racing, whatever. What Vettel's then done wrong is the fact that into the next part he's driven up alongside Hamilton and turned into him. Like literally used his car as a weapon and smashed into the side of him and only got a 10-place grid penalty. Which kind of, well, Lewis was screwed anyway because his headrest came loose. Obviously, as anyone who watches F1, drivers have like a headrest that normally goes down like that. But you have, that was coming up, and he was literally driving down the straight with his hand on the thing, trying to hold it in place, which is a shame. So Vettel is now 14 points ahead in the championship. Should he still be punished? Personally, I think the 10 seconds isn't enough. I do think he should get a grid penalty for the next race. But it's down to the FIA. Jenson Button has said he shouldn't be punished. I haven't read the article, but I can only imagine it's because he will say he served his penalty. But equally, it is bringing the sport into disrepute in that sense. It's just because Vettel's, whatever's happened there, you then shouldn't go up and drive into the side of him. I personally think that Vettel's very lucky not to get disqualified. But as for, you know, stepping away from the drama of the title thing, and as for who and what is going down, we also had some controversy at Force India where Ocon has gone side by side with Perez and they've banged wheels, and then Perez has lost his front wing and then eventually had to retire with a broken seat. I watched the radio. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, Formula 1 now put out on their official YouTube channel, they put out the radio things from the weekend. And all Perez has gone as what's Esteban done now. But yeah, eventually he retired after his seat broke. I have no idea what's going on with lighting at this point. There we go. Yeah, but overall, it's a racing incident with the Force Indias in my eyes. It happens. Obviously, what can you say? You know, it does happen. It is racing, it is thing, but yeah. As for other talking points, obviously, McLaren have actually got points now. Alonso finished in 9th and didn't retire, I believe. I mean, Van Dorn didn't retire. Where did Van Dorn finish? Van Dorn finished 12th, but Fernando Alonso has got McLaren's first 2 points of the season by finishing in 9th. doesn't do bugger all for McLaren because Sauber also scored points with Wehrlein. And Ericsson was only 11th, so Sauber's did well. But as for, you know, let's look. We've looked at one half of Red Bull with Ricciardo winning. Let's look at the other half with Max Verstappen. And all I can say is that Verstappen's got very unlucky again. He's had another engine failure, and sadly, it is a shame for him because I do like Verstappen, but what can you say? Really, it's a shame. I've had to change arms because still getting used to vlogging like this. Yeah. What else have we got? Sort of away from the race though, like after the thing, obviously this has been filmed on a Thursday and the race happened on Sunday. It is very much a very slow week for news, but there is one rumour going around, and that is that Force India have taken the first steps towards changing their name from Force India to Force One. So obviously going with branding, ignore that, my phone's just gone off. But yeah, very much, it's a very sort of, I quite like, I mean I've grown up with Force India being in the sport, but as for a name change, I don't really have an opinion on it. They'll be looking at it from a point of view. I mean, I'm assuming their short name will be the F1 team, I'm guessing, but you know, I mean, it might pave the way. We might see some more out there things. Obviously, if you've seen the Force India this season, it's pink. So yeah. But as for the race itself, from what I saw the first time around, it was a good race. Like, you couldn't tell who was going to win. You know, there were so many different cars. You had the Haas of Magnussen on the podium at one point, and then it's just all. It was a mental race, and I think Azerbaijan this year was good. Last year was crap, but this year, good race overall. My driver of the day, I'd have to say Bottas, considering what happened to him on the first lap. I can't remember the exact incident, but I believe he got spun round, or so I had contact anyway. And to come through and finish second, and to take second on the line, great drive from Bottas. As for my top three for the next race, which I can't actually remember what it is, I've got this wrong every time. I'm going to go Hamilton, Raikkonen, and Ocon for a different name on the podium. It probably won't happen, and Hamilton will probably finish last now. I've said that, sorry Lewis, but yeah, I'm terrible at making predictions. But yeah, guys, you know, that's all. I just wanted to get this video out today, obviously, because I'm struggling a bit at the moment with, you know, obviously, as I've said last time, started a new job, and it's sort of sitting down and making notes. But as for the football chatter video, that will be coming back hopefully this weekend. And then of course we have the return of football vlogs. If I'm at the game, I should be, but Dartford have got their first pre-season at home to Millwall, so I will be at that'll be the return of football vlogs, thankfully, after many months, after a few months away. So yeah, guys, it's going to be a nice, there should be some good videos out for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to leave this video here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.